Peter Jordan here at the Lost Angler channel, and today we are here at Delta Marine and Outfitters, and we're super excited to be introducing our newest line of kayaks, Vibe. And to do that, I got one of the best guys in the business I know. I called Mr. Jeff Jones, and he's got his own YouTube channel. He's going to introduce himself. But the reason I really was super excited to get Jeff out here is he has been a Vibe Pro staff member for the past 5 years. So this is a guy that knows these boats really intimately. He's owned this boat personally, has spent a lot of hours on the water. And so I'm going to get him to kind of walk you through it. But to kind of get a feel about Jeff and all the cool stuff he does, I'm going to let him tell you himself.
So I started out with Vibe, and this is the boat I started out in, is the Seaghost 130. And that was 5 years ago, and since then I've owned 5 Seaghosts, I think, maybe 6. And I've spent, there's no telling how many hours in this kayak, so I know it very well.
And what are your social media handles? So
yeah, social media. So if you want to find me, you look up Brackish Coast or the Brackish Fly, and that's on YouTube, and it's going to be on, or it's on all over podcasts, whatever you listen to podcasts on. So.
You're based out of Lower Mississippi?
Lower Mississippi, yep, but there's videos from all over the country on there. So
that's really cool.
Yep.
So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to start from the bow. We're going to work our way back, and I'm going to let Jeff kind of run through it, and I'm going to I'm going to chime in occasionally, hopefully not distracting too much. And you guys already know how terrible I am anyway, so we'll get through this.
So to start off, before we move any cameras, this is the Seaghost 130, 13 foot long, 33 inches wide. It has a capacity of 550 pounds.
That's a big guy. This is another big guy boat, guys. And real quick, this is going to come with the rudder kit, and you are at $11.99, so you're at $1,200 for this boat. And you can pick that up here at the store here in Delta Marine and Outfitters. And at the end of the video, Jeff's got some really cool stuff he's going to tell you about.
All right, so starting here at the bow, you've got this really sharp pointed front end that's going to really cut through water well. It you know, brushes chop off, cuts through chop really easily and quickly. Doesn't push you from side to side. All right, and here you got the drain plug up front, then a Phantom handle, Vibe Phantom handle. These are really big, really comfortable, really easy to grip and hold if you're dragging it a long ways or if you're toting it a long ways. I usually drag my kayaks. That's why they look terrible. But
that's why we didn't let Jeff bring any of his. He's like, you want me to bring mine? I was like,
you want to see a new one?
I was like, thank you, buddy.
And then right here you got this paddle bungee where you just kind of slide your paddle in if you don't want to have it in the paddle part.
And we tried that a minute ago in the Facebook Live video, guys, and even with the boat here on its side, it held that paddle really well.
It's a tight bungee, and you can tighten it up or loosen it, whatever you want to do.
Oh, cool. So as it stretches, you can change it up.
Yep, absolutely.
Sweet.
So right here we got this huge hatch, and this is a little bit raised up, if you can see from the deck. So when you're cutting through the chop on this nice sharp bow, you're not really going to get any water inside the hatch because it's raised up and it drains really well. Plus this nice thick gasket. It's waterproof. So inside here is this waterproof bag, so you can stow some stuff, you know, camping gear. I've had camping gear in here. Took my wife camping for the first time on a kayak trip. Terrible idea. Don't do it.
Don't take your wife, guys. Just don't take his wife.
Not mine. It was her first camping trip. Terrible idea. Worst thing I ever done was take her kayak camping. But anyway, nice huge hatch. You got in-hole storage if you take this bag out. And coming on back, this is a really cool feature. For guys that like to run fish finders, this is a transducer scupper hole, so you can run all your wires from either internally in this side or internally here in this center console. You got plenty of space to run your battery and stuff, and you run your wires down, and your transducer on the bottom will show you that in just a second.
We'll flip the boat over, guys, so you can see what's going on.
But this console is really awesome. You just seen it folds that way. It also folds back this way. So,
and that's a huge compartment, guys. That is really big. That's a ton of space. I want to say it's like 3 feet long almost.
Yeah, easily, yeah. Probably 20 something inches.
Which isn't 3 feet at all. But you get what I'm saying. It's big, guys.
It's big. It's big. So, and I've got the latch all messed up.
It's all good. Now, one thing that I was super pleased with on these boats that I thought was really neat was the magnet on the front.
The magnet's really cool. So,
Jeff's gonna grab a couple things out real fast. Right on.
jig head fly, you know, it's gonna hold it on that magnet.
We're gonna try for a long toss. Oh, I missed. I suck. All right, try it again. Bam.
Bam.
So obviously, if you've got something like a Rapala or a conventional sort of lure, it sticks super good.
It's really easy.
And it's not going to go anywhere. But guys, if you're going to use this for fly fishing, cool thing about this is it's going to give you a chance for your flies to dry before you have to put it up.
Yeah. And with this console, you got these really cool little storage compartments for whatever you want to put in there. You want to put snack peanuts or, you know.
I like these one. I'm going to keep, guys, this one's staying with me.
That's some kind of redfish toad or tarpon toad or something.
I like it.
And it's got gear track on the console, so you can add your fish finder, a camera mount if you want to, or whatever. Phone holder is another good option there. Also gear track here on the side, plenty of gear track.
And this is top loading aluminum, guys.
Top loading aluminum.
So this is something you're not going to have to go to one end or the other. You just put it on its side, drop it in, good to go.
Super easy to do, super convenient.
Now something you were really excited about.
Yeah, this Hero 2 seat, Hero Seat 2. I'm not sure how it's worded. Vibe Hero Seat, Hero 2.
You guys can
Hero
check
2.
that out on the Vibe
2.0
website and get all the info.
It's brand new. It was supposed to be a 2022 release, but it got here early. So, and we're excited about that. Now, what's cool about it? We listened to everyone's concern and kind of fixed it. Everyone was bothered by the fact that there was a bar right here that prevented you from getting under the seat. Well, now with this big notch, you can slide your box right in and have even more storage than what you have all over the boat. You know, you've just, you know, made a whole nother storage compartment right under the seat. Speaking of storage, you can store your boxes right beside the seat. And there's bungee. This is a wide box, but it sits right beside the seat. You got a bungee you can come over the top and secure it. That's not going anywhere. So you got plenty of tackle storage options in this kayak.
Now, this seat? Now we just looked at the Elephant, and it was a one-stop shop as far as your seating position. But what about this one?
This one has two seating positions. It has the high and it's got the low. So if you really want to dig down and paddle hard, put it in the low position. Get, you know, the wind won't affect you as much, and you can paddle your tail off there.
Nice, nice. So that's got that high-low position. Now coming back behind the seat.
Right here, you're going to have another deck hatch, and this has got a waterproof dry bag. It's not as easy to get to on the water, so you're not going to want to keep your tackle or nothing in here. But maybe your phone, wallet, keys, that sort of thing, perfect. It's got a waterproof bag, so it's all sealed up. You're not going to get any water in there, so that shouldn't be a problem at all. A couple of rod holders here if you don't want to do the gear track rod holder. You got two of these that are built in.
Now this is a big crate back here, man. This is big space.
Big tank well. I have personally had a crate that had rod holders and a cooler in this tank well at the same time.
So you could put a 20-quart cooler and a black pack in it at the same time.
It's tight, but if you arrange it right, it'll fit.
Nice.
And you got all this bungee for tying down your, you know, whatever you got, whatever you want to bring back here, you can secure it good with this bungee. And you can move it easily with the gear track mounted knobs.
We'll get the exact. We will get the exact terminology down later.
That terminology, I don't know what it is. What is it, like screw knobs or something? I don't know. Tank wheel knobs, something.
Nice. Now back behind there, we also have this rudder system. Now you were just talking about how nice this was in this boat. Now you've spent a lot of hours in this boat. How often are you going to find yourself using that rudder?
I use this rudder quite a bit. A lot of times, especially if you find the wind in the right angle and you find a bank that you can kind of drift down, this rudder, all you got to do is use your feet. The rudder will actually steer you wherever you go. You don't have to touch a paddle, and you can have your hands on your rod the whole time. Maximum fishing time.
Sweet. So give me 1 second, guys, and what we're going to do is we're going to look at how that's going to operate.
All right, so let's talk about this rudder. First, you got your big rudder cable here. deployment cable. You pop it out of this cleat and let it drop. So once it's dropped, you have your tow control rudder system here. Your feet are going to be against these pedals, and you just use the upper part of your toes just to steer the rudder.
So guys, down here where we're paddling a lot of flat water and we've got a lot of opposing currents, especially if you're like in the Mississippi Sound where Jeff and I spend a lot of time at, this is going to be really nice. This is going to make that time that you're paddling much, much, much more efficient. And as you can see, Jeff's not really exerting hardly any effort at all. And as a result, look at that rudder. Boom, really nice. So this is a boat that you can cover a lot of miles in. You can spend a lot of time in very, very comfortably. And before we slide out of here, what we're also going to do is we're going to flip this boat over and show you guys that transducer setup.
All right, so this is the underside of the hull where we was talking about that transducer scupper hole. Well, this is the transducer protection plate. This is going to protect your transducer from oyster rash down here, river rocks, stumps, whatever. And all these holes that have got drilled in it, water gets in it, you're still going to have the ability for all your sounding to work properly.
So this looks like a ton of just scuppers in general, dude. I'm counting 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah. How does this thing do offshore? I can only imagine it's got to be great.
Well, once you get water, it's gone because it drains. So.
Yeah, super fast. Have you taken this one offshore and fished it?
I have, yeah.
And how'd it do for you?
It works perfect. It's a great offshore boat. Like I said, it cuts water really well with that sharp bow, and it's very stable. So riding the waves, man, you're gonna have plenty of time.
And stand up and fish out of this boat, fly fish out of it.
Yep.
Nice. So we're gonna flip the boat over real quick. We're gonna, and Jeff's gonna tell you something really cool that he got worked out for us. Okay, guys, before we roll out, I just want to remind you guys to check out Jeff's stuff. All of his social media handles, as far as his YouTube and his podcast, we're going to have in the description of the video. But that being said, before we go, just want to remind you guys, if you like what you saw today, hit the like button. If you enjoyed the content you're getting, hit the subscribe button. We do all kinds of cool content like this. We're going to have Jeff on more often for more Vibe stuff and some stuff we're working on for fly time. But Jeff worked out something really cool for us through Vibe Kayaks.
So the first person to come in here and buy this kayak, not necessarily this specific one, but the first one to buy a Seaghost is going to get a gift card for the Vibe shop so you can accessorize that kayak out however you want to. And also the first person that comes in and buys a Yellowfin 120 is also going to get a gift card to Vibe. So hurry on down because there's only 2.
Yeah. So guys, thank y'all so much for watching. And if you guys are going to be in our area this weekend, I don't know if I'm going to have this video up in time, but if I do, these boats are going to be where you guys can check them out. And we're going to have them at Little Lagoon this Saturday.
August 14th.
August 14th. Yep. That's going to be in the evening around 7:30. We're going to be there early, around 6:30 hopefully, so you guys can check it out. So if you like what you saw, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and guys, we'll see you on the water.